Hello, welcome back to Workers and Resources Zone Republic. This is a more tutorial video. It's not going to be big, hopefully. Alright, let's get right to it. You want to know, if you clicked on this video, how do you get your traffic down on your borders? So the main strategy is to make sure every truck has a full load when it comes into your Republic. And the way we do that is when you start out, remember, you're probably grabbing your construction station and you just click here on what building it should get from. And that's fine to start. That'll be just great. There's not a lot of traffic and you don't really care because if something doesn't get there for a while, not a big deal. However, once you start importing things like food and clothes and electronics, you still want full loads when traffic is backing up to like here, which it will if you don't do this. So how I fixed it is I have this warehouse here, and it doesn't have to be a giant warehouse. This is a giant warehouse because it's warehousing this and this, and I was going to build another warehouse and I decided I'll just stick with this warehouse. So what does this warehouse have in it? Well, it has everything in it except for explosives. I don't use explosives because you can do everything with excavator. So we've got electronics, we've got plastics, mechanical components, electronic components, clothes, food, alcohol, fabric, chemicals, and crops, all living in this warehouse. And obviously crops is the big one. And these guys are all 2%. You don't need more than 2%. This is a giant warehouse. All right, so a smaller warehouse, you're going to want a little bit higher percent, 5 or 10. But you don't want it too high because you don't want this stuff to fill up too much. You want a full load. You want it to come in here, get a full load of it, come back out, and drop it. That's all you need. You want it close to your border so that we can do this a lot. I also double this warehouse because these are here. It also takes anything above, I think it's 10%. Let's see, 20%. Oh, yeah, I moved it up. Anything above 20% of food and alcohol, and it goes and it dumps it there as well. And it's just 3 trucks, and then I added a fuel truck because I was waiting for this and this to build. Now that those are built, we'll probably change that. But that's not important. This is a video about getting this stuff out. So what else did we do? Well, for trash, you like to dump your trash. This one still does it. This is because this is my big dumper. Okay. It does the industry area. My small trash trucks have this little area here. And so what they do is they'll come and they'll go out and gather the trash. They put it here in this container transfer area. And then I have a container truck, big garbage truck, that will pick up whatever's left. No, it waits until it's loaded so it doesn't go with a half load. And then it takes it as a full load to here. So these guys, doesn't matter if they pick up a full load of garbage or not. We get it there and it becomes a full load before it hits the border. And when I'm ready, this truck just starts transferring over to, this is where I'm planning to do waste processing. And then it's all in-house. I don't have to worry about it. But right now, the setup's already done. I don't need to change anything. I can just grab those trucks and tell them to go to the other place, and they will. Okay. Anything else that we need to do? Probably. Fuel trucks tend to get full loads anyway, so I usually leave them straight from there. But remember, if you're doing a fuel truck, you want a unloading station. You do not want them just going up to, say, yeah, and you would use the little one, but where are they? Liquids is right here. You've got, yeah, oil, fuel, loading and unloading. You're going to want one of those. Storages, you're probably be all right with the 90 tons for sure. Bitumen, you can probably you can get it just from there. Yeah, that's kind of all you need to do, and you will be amazed at how little traffic you have there. Like I said, I went from all the way down here, like all the time, to there's only a couple trucks. Now, that's not all I've done. If you have a massive import-export thing going on, like I did for crops before the second farm. You hook up to another thing. Super important strategy. Like you just have to. And so in this case, we have this like sprawling farm area, and that's all covered by this guy. This is our fuel import for that, our liquid fertilizer import, our fertilizer import. That's why we got the trash trucks. And that takes care of my farms. Now, it also takes care of some of the buildings over here because I didn't have, again, this and this built. Now that they're built, they'll take over that. And so that is how you handle the border. So usually in my games that it's trains that take care of it. The trains start doing the work and then I don't have as many cars or trucks going there. But with this strategy, I don't have to worry. It's only going to send a maximum of 3 trucks to import at any time. And then the other trucks come in here and yep, cargo stations are killer. And moves everything down to the town like it's supposed to, or down to my repair place, because that's why I have fabric and stuff. All right. So in this particular game, I did go into tourism industry, which helps a little bit, but also adds a couple buses to each of the border crossings. So that was part of what was causing the problems, and so eliminating this traffic was so helpful. But you can't eliminate that bus traffic. They're going to come in. Could probably do a bigger bus, pull out all the tourists, dump them at a bus station here, and then have the other bus come get them. Seems a little bit like overkill. It's 1 or 2 buses is not a huge deal because it doesn't take much to fill up your hotels when the people stay for a while. Yeah, so that's it for the border, and we will see you next time for another tutorial video on something. I'm sure we can come up with something that people need to know about.